name is Xenomine12, and welcome to Transformers Month. Woo. And so today, last off, if you remember, we left off with the Decepticon group known as the Scavengers as they survived. And we were also on the ship of the Lost Light throughout part scene. Someone went into Rung's room after he was sadly shot in the head, left him a recording, but someone took that recording. And then Skiz wanted to find out more of his memory, but couldn't because he wiped it. And now we're on Transformers More Than Meets the Eye, Issue 9, or also known as SHADOWPLAY Part 1. And here we actually see a little bit about Orion Pax, or if you don't know him as, Optimus Prime. Righty, let's get into this. So here we're all of a sudden set in before the war. We see Nightbeat talking to some other Transformer. And they're talking about how this new group called the Decepticons is being found. And so they're just talking about, but then they come across that hanging above them is a dead body dripping. And it's SHADOWPLAY. So they're basically talking about how the Decepticons may start up a war and whatnot, and so on and so forth. But so here we all are. Apparently we're in a room full of guys. We see Drift, Chrome Dome, Rewind, Swerve, Tailgate, Skids, Whirl, and a Ratchet. And so they're all laughing about how he had a spray paint his hands, and they're actually going to tell a story to help Ron remember who he is. And so they all have a story that ties in with one another on what they did millions of years ago, way back in before and during the war. And so it's basically going to be a movie night. And so we basically start with Chromnome talking about how he and Prowl are way back then investigating the body of a murdered Decepticon. And it's a Decepticon because it's actually been graffitied on his back. And so this is puzzling. Maybe he is a Decepticon, maybe he isn't, who knows? But so then we cut through all of this, and they want to do an autopsy. And so we cut back, and then we go to a part where Drift starts thinking about how this part's a little weird. He was a druggie? Like a drug addict? Look at that. It tells about how Transformers can be drug addicts. Weird. I swear to God, if one of you mentions what a fucking brony. I can't help that they have to make the back of these like My Little Pony or garbage and whatnot. But yeah. But so we come across these two Decepticons. Actually, these two, if you don't remember from the last episode, those two are the Decepticons that Fort Max actually killed from a couple episodes ago. But so yeah, they're beating up drug-induced Drift, and then whoo, we see the man himself, Orion Pax, and now Optimus Prime, even though he's basically the same person. And so basically, he fights them hand-to-hand combat. Because, he's too cool. He's too cool for that shit. Yeah. And so he basically beats them up. He's a cop, He's a cop in this era, beats them up, and he's basically telling about how Roller, his second buddy, needs to come down and help him. And so they take him back to Ratchet's to fix him up. And Drift almost starts going into something a little personal. But, Ratchet has to come in and say, you're not saying anything. So, we cut to this where we see Ratchet talking to Drift on how he needs to basically change his life. Because, but after he says that, Drift, he becomes Deadlock and then kills hundreds and thousands of Autobots, then joins the Autobots, and yeah. So basically, story continues on how back in the early days there was this, this unit synagogue of some sorts. That would, if you didn't like your old form, why don't you come in? We'll give you a different form, like kind of rent a car. Think like that, You don't want this form? You know what? Screw it. We'll give you that form for a small time. And then maybe someone wants to use your form. Who knows? And so it's just weird. And obviously Orion Pax thinks there's something up with this. Oh, and Nominus Prime is dead, by the way. So, yeah. I don't really know who he is. Yeah. But, so, yeah, they're basically talking about how Nominus Prime is dead and whatnot. And it's all about a freaky conspiracy that's been going on with him. And this unit of sorts. But, so we cut back to Prowl investigating a full autopsy. And it's weird. Look at that. They just took the dude apart and, well, yeah. Huh. But so they find some cerulean glass on him, and which means he was like found with some translucent heights on him, which is weird because that also leads to this weird synagogue. So we cut back to Orion Pax and Ratchet going to Nominus Prime's, memorial, Oh, and then we get this little fellow. Now, I'm not going to review who he turns out to be at the end. But, yeah. Alright, okay. But so, basically, they all start talking, and now he's just an innocent bystander. And so he wants to help them because someone is planning on stealing the Matrix, and it's involved with the Decepticons. Oh, and get this. This was before Megatron, became his merciless killer. So he was just a minor. And oddly enough, he and not Optimus, Orion Pax were actually buddies at first. Even, I forget that. It's Orion Pax, not Optimus. Even Orion Pax is a little worried about him. But, so, we come to the conclusion that Prowl and Chrome Dome are still looking for their suspected murderer of Decepticons, and they come to this place where they found that cerulean glass on that one dude, and this is just a place with it. And so they're talking about how this population is like over 200, like 13 people. Now it's like, 2,986 now. Huh. So we come see that, and this whole thing all ties in together. Anyway, and all of a sudden, if you didn't see during through their conversation, Drift was called out, and well, this happened. Yeah, red alert. He's decapitated without his head, and you know what? They're gonna blame the Decepticon, the only Decepticon. So that's weird, Straight to accusations, am I right? Ooh. But so basically, this issue of Transformers is about the past and how this story all ties in together. How a conspiracy theory with the Decepticons uprising is going to get involved, and how Prowl and Chromedome are friends, and how Orion Pax became a good savior, and how the Decepticon, one of the Decepticons' greatest allies ever, was forged and made. But, so if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And please, stay tuned for more later on. Goodbye.